Hey everybody, and welcome to Is This Adulting, the mental health comedy podcast you never knew you needed. I'm your best friend, and y'all, I think I might be an official adult now. I have to get y'all's input in just a second.
Say it.
I'm Steven Pappas.
Are you not going to say what you are?
I'm not.
Come on.
I'm not going to say what I am yet because I want to bring our guest into this conversation.
But my whole introduction was based off of what you were going to say, so you just say it real fast.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Is This Adulting, the mental health comedy podcast you never knew you needed. I'm your best friend, and I'm going to be a dad real soon. I'm Steven Pappas.
And I'm the baby. I'm Christopher. Yeah. Do y'all remember that really scary image from the 90s of the dancing baby?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was me.
Now you've
this
sucked our
whole
guest
time.
into this, and I haven't got a chance to introduce him. You're a dick.
Don't call a baby that. That's really
he's
mean.
a baby.
Are you anti-baby? Are we finding this out
He
right
doesn't
here?
know any better. He's just a baby.
Oh my gosh, this just in, everyone. Steven is anti-baby.
Oh God, I'm legitimately the least anti-baby I've ever been right
Will
now.
becoming a father change his mind? Only time will tell.
Oh God. Well, anyway, real quick, let's introduce our best friend that is with us this week. He's a returning guest. It has been exactly 80 episodes since his last appearance.
Wow.
It's
Steven's other baby.
Yeah, every 80 episodes we have to have him on. You know him from, my God, everything. The Thrilling Adventure Hour. Welcome to Night Vale. Tights and Fights. Good morning, Night Vale. And we got this. Have I covered all of the podcasts?
No, Steven.
Yes.
Did you not hear what I said?
I didn't hear what you said because I'm doing my job.
He's your other baby.
Is he my
We're
other baby?
brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We're
so
brothers.
cute.
I'm also a baby. I sing and he dances.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
terrifying.
what horrible name are you going to call this baby?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to call this baby by its actual name. It's Hal Lublin. Hey, Hal.
Wow.
Hello. Goo goo gaga.
It's a beautiful first name.
That's baby for how are you doing? Very nice to be back.
Oh, yeah.
man.
I thought it was.
So fancy.
Yeah, so that was the weirdest way to announce that on the show ever. But, yeah, my wife and I are having a kid.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very scared.
Thank you. My parents are really happy about it. We have a direct like mic just to his wife's stomach, and I'm just talking through it right now.
Yeah. It's really the
can't wait
first
to
voice
see
we
you.
want.
It's really exciting. Well, this is what's so funny. You know how usually most babies grow like whole body. Well, I started out. I'm just a mouth
Sure.
right now.
Sure.
Just talking lips, and slowly the rest of my head, and then eventually the rest of my body. But for now, I'm just a mouth. That's actually horrifying.
I need to express to you how disturbed I am by this imagery. As much as I would love to talk more about this nightmare, I think we should probably move on because I'm very scared. See, look, I'm a grown up. I'm keeping us on the tracks.
Nice.
We are going to get into everything in just a second, but hey, before we do, Hal, do you want to tell people where they can find you on the interwebs and or your home address?
Sure. 123 Main Street, Anytown,
you
USA. 55555.
It's beautiful this time of year.
It's
isn't
so the leaves are turning back.
Gosh.
It's so nice. We're
I
really
know.
excited.
You know.
The
I
leaves are
can't
turning
wait till I
back.
get to go.
Yeah, they don't ever fall off. They
Things
just
are
change
different there. Things are different there. Don't judge them.
Life's a little different in any town. We do things our own way, and it's worked well for us.
We're all babies, but mostly just mouths.
Yep, we just walk around trying to support our own heads as we toddle about.
Oh, wow.
But you can also find
This is
me.
a horrible nightmare town that we've described.
Now that I've done that, why don't you go visit hallublin.com or at Hal Lublin everywhere, social, Instagram, Twitter. That's it. The website I don't update as often as I should. It just I look at it and go, I gotta update that, and then I immediately don't.
And then you just don't, yeah.
Yeah, hastily I don't.
Sure.
And I don't blame you for that. Yeah, and if you've got the time, and let's be honest, y'all, you've got the time, go listen to any one of Hal's, I think, 47 different podcasts now. I can barely survive doing this one. So I'm very, very impressed that you do 96. So I do love them all, but y'all, I have a very special place in my hearts for a little podcast called Tights and Fights.
Yeah.
It warms the cold, dead cockles of my heart. So thank you for that entertainment.
Oh, my
But-
pleasure. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, and if you don't like professional wrestling, like most people, you should still listen to the podcast because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we are going to start off this week just like we do every week with a mental health check-in. So Christopher, Tyler, Grimmett, how have you been this week?
Well, I don't want to brag, but this pair of lips grew a mustache. Now I don't have a nose or anything else. Yeah, I'm still doing the baby bit. I'll stop.
Yeah, the bit's dead, bud.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else. I'm actually having a surprisingly really good week. So just to give everybody kind of a quick update, we're going to talk more about this in a bonus episode. But Hal, let me tell you something that me and Steven started last week.
Okay.
It's we decided that we were going to have our own nice middle-age eat, pray, love moment. So the way we started that off was with Weight Watchers. And so we've been doing that for a week. And Steve-O, would you like to tell how many pounds you lost, and I'll tell them how many pounds I lost?
Yeah, I lost 5.5 pounds in a week.
Wow.
Yeah, and I lost 4.8. So
Wow.
very exciting.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Literally combined, we lost a baby. Oh, hold on, that sounded different. Okay, no, the baby has been found. The baby's back. Sorry.
Thank you.
We have GPS on the baby. Sorry. But yeah, we've poundage wise. That's also. I'll keep going. I'm not doing a great job today so far. Actually, it's funny that I said that because this is actually transitioning to my real check-in. So I've been talking with my therapist, and had some really, really good moments this past week where for the last week or two, he's been kind of calling me out specifically on saying, hey, have you noticed how often you say negative things about yourself? And I went, no, that's just me talking. And he says, exactly, that's a problem. And so he's been encouraging me to try and reframe things. So when I said I've been bad this week or whatever it was, I haven't been bad. I've just been excited to be around friends and one friend I haven't seen in 80 episodes. So I'm rechanging and reframing to be able to start teaching myself how to be kind. And in particular, the thing that I liked that I've been thinking about some is my therapist encouraged me to, so he was like, you're not going to be able to convince yourself to just overnight stop saying negative things about yourself because this is a habit that you've created, and to try and just go cold turkey is going to be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, why don't you embrace that? And instead, every time you have a natural inclination to go negative, just if you end up having a negative thought, just process it. But then at the same time, every time you say something negative, find one thing that you can be reminded of that you're proud of yourself for, you're grateful for, you feel that you have a skill set in. Just so he's like, so if you're gonna constantly berate yourself with cruel things, he's like, overbear yourself the other way too. And so eventually you'll start realizing how often you're saying negative things. And I've been doing that some, and I'm even being able to start catching myself. I'll say something negative and go, you know what? No, I'm not dumb. That was a silly moment that I had. And it's been encouraging. So I think the combination of that and, I'm only 1 week in the Weight Watchers, so it's not I'm saying everything's great. And then, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be holding just an empty thing of ice cream and just crying into it. Mm-hmm. So there's still time for that. But I think that I shared last week how I've been really going through for the last couple weeks, a last minute decision to do a New Year's resolution without even it being New Year's resolution. I just had my own too late. Maybe I should do something. And I just felt like I wanted to finally, I wanted to do something to take care of myself, just because this year was a good year, this past year, but also I walked around with more baggage than I was happy about. and I can see the effects that it had from my sleeping life to just my anxiety levels and never really feeling like I could relax. And so I just made a conscious decision. Now, how many times have I made a conscious decision to actually make a change? Many times. But I think like so far the difference, because I've been trying to resonate with or reflect on why have I felt different this time than other times. And me and my wife, Kate, were talking about it. And I think I just realized the difference this time was before it's like, I need to do this. I should do this. And now it was more of, no, I actually think I want to do this. And I don't know what changed. Like I legitimately don't know what did. And that may change in the next couple of weeks even. But I've just been encouraged that I've had a little like moment of inspiration for the last couple of weeks. And I've been doing stuff like focusing more on the podcast and being able to do that and be able to be a support to you, Stephen, because as Stephen will explain, he's been going through some stuff lately. And so, yeah, I think that it's just been I'm a person that every single time I see someone on like social media post like Inspirational Tuesday or, or whatever that might be, I both am happy for them. And also, if I'm being fully honest with you both here, both my daddy and my brother, in this secret family space, sometimes it's hard for me to not just want to hate them. And not like actually hate them, but just have like frustration of just saying, we get it. You're inspired, blah, blah, blah. And I have really struggled in the past with that. And so I want to acknowledge that it's also possible there are people listening to me right now who might not be in that spot. And that's okay. But I'm just encouraged that this time I wasn't inspired by other people or not even inspired, I would say shamed or guilted by other people. For whatever reason, I kind of came out about it from a different standpoint. And I think maybe just I was in the right mental space to finally tell myself that. So that was somewhat long, but I appreciate you both listening. So far it's been a good week. How have you been?
Up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Busy, trying to stay busy. It's just not hard. There's always something to do.
Yeah.
And I think, we'll get into this more when we talk about the main thing, but the more you're concentrating on other things and other people, the less you're concentrating on yourself. And that's something I still need to work on with my therapist and is something I continue to work on. But I feel one thing that I feel like is a victory for me is the ability to recognize it and call it out and see it happening, which is not something I was attuned to before. It's way easier, even if you know something unpleasant or whatever is happening, it's a lot easier to just ignore it than it is to recognize that it's happening, take it in, and then eventually take that next step to really do something about it. So
yeah, 100%.
It's weird. It feels very healthy at the same time. Feels very feels like there are unhealthy things happening, but overall, I don't know. It feels like in the big picture, things are moving in the right direction, and I feel good about that.
Good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, Stephen. Be honest with us. How have you been this week?
I've been great.
No. Don't be that daddy. I don't know. I'll stop. I'm sorry. I won't. That's what's funny.
No, you never stop. I love you, but it is the gift and the curse of being friends with you is the joke just keeps on going until it's been dead for so long that it comes back around.
We're with a fellow improver, and so that's not making it going to be a positive experience for us. We're going to all want to just keep yes-anding each other.
I refuse to yes-and you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For the rest of this episode, I will no or you.
It's beautiful in a way.
That's right. No, I mean, yeah, Steven's been bad.
Good. I'm glad that because you almost did the same thing that you did to me earlier, being like, yeah, I've been good. And it's like, no, you haven't. Stop.
Things
be honest with yourself.
I'll be honest. I haven't wanted to record this show in a while. Just for my own mental state, not because I don't love doing this show, but because I just, no matter how much time I take to myself, I can't seem to get filled back up. And honestly, when I say time taken to myself, I was talking to Chris before this. I'm not really taking time to myself. I need to be, but when I'm like, okay, finally, I got some time, I'll sit down and watch Netflix. About 10 minutes in, or I'll read a book. Well, about a few pages in, I'm like, I'm really wasting time. I should be working. And then I start working because I work a bajillion jobs. I.e., I work, I guess, 5 jobs, if you include the podcast as a job. And people and listeners have been asking me for a while now, why do you keep taking on so many jobs? And now at the top of the show, hopefully you understand why I've been kind of trying to make a little more money and save a little more money, is because we had been trying to have a kid, and so we knew that this was something that was coming down the pipe for us. Hopefully, we
And diapers are expensive.
Good God, diapers are expensive. I've just been actually looking at these things for the first time, and it's overwhelming. But, a lot of things have just been overwhelming. I've been feeling really empty, really in the middle of a depressive episode, which is something I really just realized not long ago. Hal's probably going to be like, wait, what happened? So a few weeks ago, I got salmonella poisoning, and missed some work and had to, I guess, not mend bridges, but fix some situations that were complicated by my not being at work. I've been playing catch up, and ever since then, I just feel like I haven't recovered emotionally or mentally from that. I feel like I'm constantly behind. I'm constantly overwhelmed, and I let a lot of stuff go. I wasn't feeling well because, salmonella. And so I canceled my therapy appointment because I couldn't get off the couch. That was valid. What's not valid is I haven't called to reschedule it, which means I have not been to therapy in like 2.5 months now, which is not great for me. I got a combination of busy/lazy/ I'm going to go with busy again. And I didn't take my meds for 2 days. And the meds I'm on now are really, really good, unless you don't take them. And when you don't take them, bad things happen. And yesterday I was very concerned because trigger warning for self-harm for the next 20 seconds. But yesterday I was very concerned because I literally felt like I wanted to die. I told my wife that. She was very concerned. But I was just like, it's because I missed my meds. But around bedtime last night, I was like, literally bedtime. Yeah, bedtime. We can call it bedtime as adults. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock last night. She was going to bed because she gets up early for work, and I was just sitting there, and I took one of my special panic pills, and I threw the weighted blanket on over me like I was wearing some sort of cozy cave. And I turned on the PlayStation and I started playing a game, and I put in my headphones and went into the zone and started listening to podcasts and playing a game, because I literally told her, I was like, I don't know how to survive until I can take my dose in the morning. I know that sounds dramatic, but I was like, it feels like nothing is going to fix it at all except for very bad things. So, hey, this is just your reminder. Don't miss your medication. If you take medication, don't miss your medication for any reason within your power, because it can send you down a very, very, very dark road very quickly. 2 days without it, and I was at a breaking point. Plus, I didn't feel good on top of that, which is another side effect of this specific medicine, is you can throw up. You can get really, actually, violently ill if you miss it. And so, if you're a person who uses medication for coping with mental health and mental illness, please take your meds, because you're important and you're valid, and if you miss those, maybe your brain will try to tell you other things. All
right, Steven, I want you to say 3 lines again, but now replace it with, instead of your, say the words I'm, because it's easier for you to tell other people that.
Maybe I'll listen back later and I'll hear myself saying that and I'll say it to myself then.
Listen to your baby.
I will listen to you, my sweet
baby knows
child.
best.
Baby does know best.
Yeah, we are your babies, Stephen.
Listen
We're
to
here
us.
to.
Yeah, I will.
You birthed us from your womb.
I'm just
I
gonna,
know that's not how it
I'm gonna
works,
let
but
that
I'm
sit
a
there.
baby.
I was gonna let that
What am I
pregnant
supposed
pause
to do?
just like really.
Pregnant pause.
I see what you did there. Anyway,
It's a funny. It's a
that
funny
has
joke.
been my long, sad mental health check-in. But hey, you know, things will get better. They always do. I just got to remember to take my medication.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I feel like we had a deep moment just then, all 3 of us.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like we should now go into a studio and record We Are the World together.
We are the world. You are the children.
Who gets to do the? Never
Oh,
mind.
we are the
That's a
children.
better.
I see
That's a
what you're
better one.
saying.
That's a better one.
Yeah, well
I
done.
got nothing.
You
Well
know,
done.
Nothing on
what can
top
I
of that.
say? I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, so my comedy is pretty on point.
Keep it a sharp podcast style.
Yeah, you know that's how we do
Your
it.
We
y'all.
Are the World related humor
Yeah.
is
There's not many
it's
things
iron
I'm,
sharpens iron, right?
There's not many things I'm good at in this world, but if you bring up like artist collaborations from the 80s, I'll be damned if I'm not really good at that. Anyway, as always, if you have a mental health check-in you'd like to share or an idea of how we can encourage you throughout the week, we will remind you again, we are not professionals. And if you are in need of care, please seek out a mental health professional, or if you're in crisis, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's really important that you do that. You don't even have to be in crisis to talk to them. If you really want to just talk to someone and you feel like you've got nowhere to turn, call the crisis or the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. They will chat with you. They're wonderful people there, just volunteers that want to do everything they can to help you and connect you with the people you need to be connected to. So definitely check that out. But if you would like to send us mental health check-ins, you can send this over to God, my words got real jumbled. You can send that to us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com and let us know if you want those shared anonymously on our monthly listener episodes. So before we move on to our topic this week, it's time for our weekly segment. Hal, we've got a few things we just got to know. So these are questions from listeners. Usually there are 2 questions from listeners and 1 from me and Chris, but this week I really did feel like the third question was better than anything I could have come up with, so I did do 3 listener questions. So just real quick, I want to ask you a few things. So first off, David wants me to ask, where did his love of wrestling come from?
That's easy. When I was a kid, I mean, I must have been 6 or 7 when Hulk Hogan sort of rose to prominence and wrestling became the nationwide phenomenon of one company that it was. So I was really in the sweet spot for all of that. My earliest memory, and I can't imagine that I imagine I was watching wrestling first, was for my birthday. My aunt, my father's sister, got me an Andre the Giant. Those older, they weren't Galoob. I think they were LJN, where they all looked like they were squatting to use the bathroom, but also raising their fists like, I gotta go. So I had that, I think, and a Hulk, and she had taken the cards that they came on and made a background for them because she was an artist.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
So that is one of my early memories of wrestling. And then I watched it all the time, rented tapes from the local video store, went to the Philadelphia Spectrum to watch WrestleMania 3 on closed circuit. Just anything I could consume. That was what hooked me.
That's awesome. Chris and I were like prime. What was ours, Chris? We were like prime, like Crow, Sting, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. Attitude Era was like our.
When you have to understand, I did something that Steven hated, and that was I was a really big WCW fan as well, and Steven has never let me live that down, but it's okay.
It's okay to like an inferior product. It's all right.
Hey, what can I say? I I just watched what I watched, and I knew way too much about it.
I'm just
heart
saying,
wants what it
Goldberg
wants.
knew 2 moves. Goldberg knew 2 moves, and that's it. And yet somehow he was undefeated in a year in
Yeah.
like 700 matches, and then they hit him with a cattle prod. Anyway, wrestling, it's real life comic books, folks. So definitely go check it
Yeah.
out. So next question. This one is specifically, I feel like, a very important question in the world we live in today. Kelly wants to know, what's your favorite kind of noodle?
Kelly, I'm so glad you asked, because this really pops around for me a lot. It changes.
Sure.
Recently, I made spaghetti. It was my wife's birthday last week, and she wanted spaghetti. So I made spaghetti, and normally we'll do like the long noodles. I'm looking at a box of them on the counter beyond the camera right now. Nobody can see this, just us. But
Tell
my
us more about these
suggestion-
noodles. I'm captivated.
Listen, they're spaghetti. I think they're number 12. I didn't realize there were numbers involved. It may just be the brand.
What?
But I wound up
Numbers.
I also bought. I'm going to tell you right now. I bought rotini, the ones that look like wagon wheels. I like
yeah.
I like a rotini. I like a fusilli. I like a rigatoni. I like penne, something that will hold sauce in it. But I think my favorite is the Manischewitz egg noodles that I put in matzo ball soup.
Okay.
I love those. I love them. That's childhood right there.
I was gonna say I'm with you on the
That is a good one.
the holding sauce thing. That's why you got to
Yeah.
go for a cavatappi. Just saying it.
Sure.
Yeah, any corkscrew pasta, it's gonna do it for you.
Cavatappi, what's that?
That, if I'm not mistaken, is a corkscrew pasta.
Is it the corkscrew? It's also a hollow tube.
Ooh, it might be.
I'll be honest with you. Half the time, there are so
Google.
many different types of noodles that I just I go, oh yeah, that's the spirally one, or that's the long skinny one, or that's the other long skinny one, but it's flat.
Yes. So the corkscrew. Okay, so essentially, Chris, a cavatappi is what I thought it was. It is, picture an elbow macaroni, but instead of
Okay.
being bent, it kind of like twists like a DNA helix, like one side of a or like
Gotcha.
Those are great.
You're with me.
Oh yeah. So
That's the good stuff, y'all. So you heard it here first. Egg noodles.
good. Yeah.
matzo ball soup.
Egg noodles, y'all.
All right. This one is the only time I will allow a listener to usurp our power, because this question it's very important.
This is huge.
Okay.
I like how everybody seems to think or asking what's your favorite? What's your best? Because we got this.
Sure.
And this is I feel like an episode that's going to be coming up of We Got This, and you do need to do all 4 of these candidates. But Zachary wants to know, who is the best Steve? Is it Steve in Colbert, Steve in Universe, Steve in Pappas, myself, or Steve Carlsberg? This is gonna be tough for you, because now you have to look me in the face and choose yourself over me if you're gonna do
Listen, these are all great Steves, but I'm going off the reservation. I'm going to say Steve Rogers. Why wouldn't you include Steve Rogers?
that. Which Steve Rogers, the $6 Million Man or Captain America?
How dare you? It's Captain America, please. Captain America is the best. Then Steve
Also-
Carlsberg. Then
Okay.
you.
Damn it. Okay.
And then was it Colbert?
Colbert and then Steven
then-
Universe.
And then Steven Universe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But that's
Steven
I mean,
Universe
look, there's all at the top. It's not like the lowest one is like dipping into the toilet water.
And
It's
I
all
think for
hot.
Chris and I, the answer is obvious. Who our least favorite Steve is, and that's Steve Harvey. For nigh on 2 years that we've been doing this podcast, we have had but one goal, and that is to pass Steve Harvey on the comedy charts. One day, for those of you that don't know the lore of this, we came in, we were the slot right behind Steve Harvey. And so jokingly, we were like, man, if we can just pass Steve Harvey, we've made it. And we have never passed Steve Harvey. We've come close again. But now Steve's up in like the 40s and 50s and 30s, and he's up there with like a lot of these
Steven,
big shows.
I have something very sad to tell you.
What?
Steve now has 2 podcasts.
Oh God.
And both of them are on the charts.
I'm sorry you had to find out like
God,
this.
he's a bastard. He is a bastard.
You're
I'm
not-
sorry I'm saying such bad language to my daddy right now, but this is just how I feel.
I feel bad if Steve Harvey, like, if I tag him in something about this and he listens, he's just like, "What the fuck did I do?"
He's
Yeah.
just gonna be. On a different note, have you seen him since he shaved? He shaved the mustache.
No.
What? Hold on.
Yeah, like I don't know if like long term, but he did have like an interesting. Well, he shaved, and then he also one time went more for the full beard, so it was very interesting. Just Steve Harvey, no facial hair, maybe.
I
He looks
feel
like
you're gonna get...
He looks like a Ferengi.
Oh, what?
Oh, you know what it is? Somebody.
Oh, is that one of the pieces of pasta as well? Oh,
Yeah, Ferengi is one that's shaped like the host of Family Feud. No, this is somebody took a photo of him with the shaved mustache and also removed his eyebrows.
Oh, I see that one. I see that one.
No. I don't like that. Well, before we go further into this hellscape and probably piss off the, just the massive media mogul that is Steve Harvey, we're going to move on. But if you have something you've just got to know, you can submit your questions and find out who next week's guest is going to be over on our Facebook discussion group, the Is This Adulting Best Friends? We post something every week, and you get a chance to ask the guests your questions. So do it, because maybe you'll use superpower too, like Zachary. Probably not, though. Anyway, we're going to move on to our topic for the episode, which Hal very beautifully, poetically, not only this time, but the first time we did an episode, both times he said, "How about this?" And I've gone, "Oh, yeah, that'd be good to
very
talk
deep.
about." Because on the first episode, we talked about what it's like to go home as an adult. And that was super powerful for me, especially because at the time, I had just lost my father. And we were talking about things when it comes to losing family members and things like that. And that was really good. And so I'm actually really looking forward to this topic as well. He said, "How about we talk about learning to like yourself?" I was like, that is the most Mr. Rogers thing I've ever heard. And I want to talk about it because we all need a little more Mr. Rogers. So, Hal, let's talk about it. What you want to talk about learning to like yourself?
It's hard, man.
Yeah, right.
It's real hard. It's a lot easier. I'm sitting there during the mental health check-in. I was listening to you talk and say you're valid. And then Chris made the very good point of, why don't you say that to yourself? And I immediately agreed with Chris, but I also know how difficult it is to say something nice about yourself, because you feel, if you do it alone, it feels uncomfortable sometimes to some people. Listen, if you're able to say nice things about yourself, I think that is great. And there's certainly a time where I would have looked at it differently, but that was always a reflection of how I felt about it for myself and how difficult it is. Like, that's not right. You're not supposed to do that. But it is a good thing to say nice things about yourself. And this is something I'm learning and working on. And it's, something nice I can say about myself is that I have enough drive to push past any self-doubt I have. Like, I'm still going to keep going. I'm still going to keep making things. I'm still going to keep trying and working and be appreciative for the things I have. But it's difficult. Insecurity is a very difficult thing to deal with, and it makes your defense is to knock yourself down rather than rising above insecurity. It's you knock yourself down so that you feel like you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
I know for me, even in my most validating moments, because you said you have that drive to push past your self-doubt, I don't. At least I don't always. And I try to, but I've come to learn that I just don't. For instance, like I said, even in my most validating moments, I still doubt myself. So I talked about this a little bit, actually, in that moment. I just brought it up. But when we were at PodCon and we did a panel on anxiety and depression and what it's like to be anxious and depressed, but also be a comedian. And I literally stopped the panel kind of, because people ask like, what do you feel like in that sort of thing? And I looked at a crowd of 1,500 people, Chris, and I flat out told them, this is anxiety at its worst and at its best, quote unquote, the example wise. I am sitting on a stage next to fucking Hannah Hart, Justin McElroy, Meg Bash winner, and Allegra Frank, and I don't feel like I deserve to be here. I don't think I need to be in this spot because I don't always like myself. I don't feel valid. I don't feel important enough to be on the stage with people who I hold in high regard. And so for me, I'm envious of that drive because sometimes I have it, but most times I don't. And no matter what I tell myself in the mirror and no matter what evidence there is to the contrary, that's one thing my therapist has worked with me on for literally years now, is where is your evidence of your own invalidity? And I don't have any. But
Right.
I still seem to be able to make up pretty much all the evidence I need to doubt myself. And so, like, then you get into, and we've had this conversation a million times, but then you get into this imposter syndrome thing for me. And that is a big roadblock to me actually truly liking myself.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because, I mean, literally, this was what I was talking to my therapist on and why he was encouraging me to force myself to say nice things about me. And he was asking me why I did that. And I was reflecting on it some. And I think like I told him, my biggest fear, and I wonder if to different levels people feel the same, like to talk positive about yourself for me makes me afraid that like I'll start leaning towards narcissism to like an unhealthy level.
Right.
And so instead you try and counteract it. And I think both by counteracting that, as well as you're already kind of insecure as is, and it almost, like if you just talk positive about yourself, then there's no excuses for if you were to fail. And so it's almost more easy to just say, well, I can just talk bad about myself. And that way, if I let myself down, then I'm already expecting to let myself down instead of giving myself like a real shot to do anything. And so I was thinking about that. And I was also thinking about it when everyone was talking about that at the panel, because specifically I was thinking, okay, all three of us, okay, let's say this. Out of the three of us, there's one of us who is an actual professional comedian. The other two of us are just people that like to try and throw people off and make them laugh. And I don't know how this I don't want to side too much of that or like go too much off topic here, but I know for so many comedians, a lot of times the source of comedy comes almost as like a defense mechanism of, if I can make people laugh with me, then they won't laugh at me. Right. I know that's something that me and Steven we share a lot of that feeling. And so I think you see that a lot in comedy. How often do you see from stand-up acts? Like it's whether self-deprecating or it's just like Ron Funches is one of the few people that I know who's a comedian, and I don't know him personally, right, but all of his stuff is incredibly positive and it's encouraging. Most of the time it's like, it requires you to be negative, you know?
Yeah. I mean, well, look at Hannah Gadsby. I don't know if y'all have watched Nanette, her stand-up special, on Netflix, but I mean, she came out and said, I've made my entire career on tearing myself apart and being deprecating and not loving myself. And I'm not going to do that anymore for comedy. And she turned out one of the most beautiful comedy specials I have ever seen. And really, if you have not watched it, it came out last year. It's on Netflix. It's called Nanette, which I'm saying Nanette, by the way. I realized I said that really fast.
No.
Yeah. But it's really just a beautiful thing to see comedians say no more. Like, I'm not going to do that, because I think for so many people who are comedians or identify as people who like to make people laugh and bring them joy, like you said, a big source of that comes from tearing myself down for me. And I do it because on some level, I'm like, maybe if I make fun of myself and the things I hate about myself, I'll get a laugh, and then maybe I'll like myself.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know that really, really well, and I keep learning over time that that's the stuff that never lands the way you think it will. And I think it's because we make I make an assumption that whatever negative thing I think about myself, everybody else already thinks. So if I say it, I'm giving air to it and going, I get it too. Now we're all on the same side and we can laugh at it together. But it's just not true, and it's not. I don't think it's a fertile comedy ground, but I identify with both of you. I mean, what you talk about, that feeling of imposter syndrome, Steve, I feel that all the time. And I've, for 14 years, been sharing a stage with people who I think are the most talented people in the world, and have been nothing but accepting and supportive and kind. And all the negative things are in my head, and it's hard. That's hard to overcome. It's really hard. It takes work. It takes training. And I'm by no means, like, I'm just getting into it. And I think a lot of my, what I'm trying to work on is figure out where does that come from? Because I feel like if I don't have a real understanding of where it's coming from, that I'm treating symptoms instead of the disease. If that makes sense. I'm putting just, I need to know where it's coming from and sort of understand it. And that's a tough process. All of it is.
It's almost, tell me if this is a fair way of describing it. It's like, so let's say that there's a dam, there's a hole in it, and water's coming out of it. It's, instead of focusing on where the hole is in order to plug it, you're focusing, for so long when you're treating the symptoms, we're focusing on scooping up the water as it's falling, instead of trying to stop it at its source,
right?
Or identify its source. And I think that's something that I have really been trying to figure out as well. Is there's a point where, and something you said, I've never thought about it this way, and I'm really glad that you said this, Hal, was it never lands how you expect it to. And specifically, I know so many people in my life that are self-deprecating to themselves, especially like in jokes, and I never laugh. I just always feel uncomfortable. Like, if it's like a one-on-one or like in a group setting, you're just like, oh, that makes me feel weird. Yet I do the same thing probably to other people, and I don't even recognize it.
Right.
And so I'd never thought about that until whatever you said kind of made me realize, wow, that's a really helpful way of thinking about it. Of, if nothing else, if my desire about making a joke about myself is actually to provide ease and comfort to the group, then I should not self-deprecate, because I'm doing the complete opposite of my desired intent.
Right. I think that's why talking about this sort of stuff is important, because sitting here talking about it, you said, oh, I never thought about it that way. And how, for me, what you've done is you've put it into perspective of, okay, so I deal with imposter syndrome. And when we were on that panel, Justin, who is somebody I've always looked up to in podcasting, Hannah Hart, who is a YouTuber with 5 million subscribers, also said, yeah, imposter syndrome, that doesn't go away. And hearing you, Hal, talk to me one-on-one and basically, Chris is here, I guess, but
thanks.
No, but like,
mute him.
I'm just like y'all have gotten on a date, and then I'm just the waiter who has been standing there for too long, and I don't know how to step away.
Chris, we need those breadsticks, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I'll be back.
Go get those while I talk to Hal about this. No, but it's very much this idea of, okay, well, you're somebody that when I first got into listening to podcasts and stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, like when you agreed, when we were 16 episodes into a show that has grown beyond what we ever imagined it would. But when we
have 3 listeners.
Yeah, we
now.
have 3 instead of 1.
Yeah.
No, but when we were nobody, Not that we're somebody, but we reached out and you were like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And having that conversation with you, who are somebody we were excited to talk to and still are, and somebody that I respect so much in that industry of podcasting, hearing you say to me, well, God, when I'm on stage with these people, I feel like I don't belong. That puts it into perspective in a weird way for me of like, wait, okay, so this isn't just Steven sitting in my spare bedroom, office, whatever, thinking these things to myself because I'm an amateur podcaster, blah, blah, blah. That's what I always think of it as. I'm like, oh, this is a me problem. This is something I'm doing, and I should just be able to move past this. Mm-hmm. But then I hear you talk about it. I hear Chris talk about it. I hear other people who I respect talk about it, and that really makes me take a step back and look at it and go, okay, so this is like a universal thing. So if this is something so many people in entertainment deal with, how do we fix it? Can we? Is there a way to step back and start loving yourself and to realize like how? Because like you said, the very first thing you said, it's hard.
Right. You know, I feel like when we're told to be honest with ourselves, that generally that is supposed to be something that brings you down, right? So you've been too highfalutin, too high and mighty. You're too big for your own britches. So you have to be honest with yourself.
Check yourself.
And it almost always would be followed up with, this isn't working. But I think you can be honest with yourself and have that be something positive, and be honest about something that you like, hey, I'm doing all right. I'm doing well. I know I want to do better, but if I'm really honest with myself, like, you know, if I sit back and look at the things I've been fortunate enough to do in the time I've spent continuing to build a career, like, I'm like, oh, that is a lot of stuff. But day to day, I always feel like it's not enough. I'm not where I should be. I should be doing more. Why am I not doing more? What do I need to change myself to do it? And I think it's good to continue to grow and evolve, but also to be honest with yourself and appreciate the things that you've done and that the gifts that you have that you can contribute to everything that you work on and the people you encounter that you had, that, you know, like you said, again, that idea that we all have value, and recognizing that value and accentuating that and being honest about that, rather than, I'm kidding myself, this isn't going to work, nobody cares, you know, whatever the things that all of us say, especially podcasting, where you have, you know, there is a group of people who get a ton of people to listen to their stuff, and then there's everybody else, and you build and you reach certain levels, and you're kind of grateful to do it. But ultimately, if you're happy with what you're doing and you enjoy it, that's the most important thing, and people find it. And, you know, I enjoyed talking to you 80 episodes ago. I'm enjoying talking to you now. I think what both of you do is important, and is something that people should be listening to and having conversations about. I love the Facebook group. So, you know, those are all huge, big things. No matter what happens from this point on, what you've done now for 96 episodes or so, that's a huge deal. 96 episodes of anything is really big, and it shows a commitment to what you've done. And even like coming in now, before we started recording here, like, here are things different. Here's the rundown on how we're doing stuff. Like, you're learning and trying to make the show better because you care. Those are all like huge positive things that you both should be proud of, and not, there's no, you know, I mean, I get the joke about we have 3 listeners now or whatever, but you have more people that listen than that. And
that's true. You call me out of that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. If it's more,
my therapist would be happy right now.
My instinct was to go with you and go like, oh, well, I blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, you know what? I don't want to, number one, I don't want to knock myself down. Number two, I don't want to encourage you to continue to do that. Instead, be proud of what you do and feel like more people should be aware of it. Like, that's okay to go like, oh boy, I really want more people to be aware of what we're doing. I think that's great. And that's an example of liking yourself without having to do, that's maybe like a sidestep towards being able to come out and say, I really like this about myself. I'm a good person because X, Y, Z. Because that's uncomfortable for me to say. And I'll do, every once in a while, I'll stop and like sort of give myself some praise and feel good about that. But it's a lot easier, I think, to just look at what you're doing and going, hey, this is important, and I want people to listen to it. And I want to, you have a goal with this to promote health and destigmatize a lot of the things that all of us are going through. And I think that's huge.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it takes,
I know,
right?
Right now.
Sometimes
Woo.
I think it takes somebody else really making you aware and telling you that. And so I appreciate that validation. And as we kind of wrap up the topic, I want to say to you, like, you absolutely deserve to be standing next to those people. Like, I fully believe that because we don't know each other super well, but I feel like I know you enough to know that you are a kind, good-hearted, genuine person. And I can tell you that because when I met you in Atlanta, we had not really spoken since the episode. And this was a year and a half later. And I came up to the table and you kind of cocked your head and looked at me like, I know that face. And I said, hey, man, it's been a long time. You were on our show. And before I finished that sentence, you said, Steven, and you came out from behind your table where you were doing a signing and you gave me a hug and you said, how have you been? And it was
that's my baby brother right there.
Yeah, right. That's my sweet good boy. And it was the most genuine interaction that I had in a very long time with somebody who, for all intents and purposes, Hal, I mean, you have no reason to do that other than being a good, honest, genuine person. You don't have to give anybody the time of day. I guess none of us do. But you took that moment, you remembered. You didn't just do a guest spot and forget. You deserve the good things that come to you because you put good out. So like, just be aware of that. Remember that.
Well, thank you.
Can I just say, I wish everyone that's listening was also on the Skype call, because the amount of love that's just being radiated between the three of us, let's just say y'all two were on a date. I was the waiter who came back with breadsticks, and then y'all just both grabbed my hand and just said, come sit down with us. And next thing you know, we're all Lady and the Tramp style, just one breadstick together. And it's beautiful.
How are there three of us doing that? How are the... Hey, I'm thinking physically, the logistics.
Steven, love doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah.
It defies logic. And also, there was a mistake in the back, and they just made a 3-parted breadstick.
Oh, so kind of like Raphael's like Psy from Ninja Turtles, but made.
It was kind of just a soft bread. Pretzel that we just kind of ripped up a little bit to make it work.
I'm okay with that. Well, y'all, God,
we need to take a cry break.
Yeah, that was a good conversation. I do need to let you know that the entire time, in the back of my head, I did almost laugh when Chris used the sentence multiple times, plugging the hole. That was very hard for me not to laugh at with your using of the damn imagery. But I did not laugh because I was enjoying the conversation so much. So
well done.
We're going to go laugh about plugging holes, but we will be right back with more Is This Adulting? Hey everybody, it's me, Stephen Pappas, your best friend, number one. And I mean, really just, let's see, what am I this week? Who even knows? I'm your best friend, and I am the third Mario brother. That's who I am. That'll be a fun thing later on in this episode. Anyway, First off, we want to let you know that this episode is brought to you in part by our Patreon supporters. We want to say thanks to our new and increasing Patreon supporters, and both of those this week fall to Caitlin C. So thank you so much, Caitlin, for your new pledge and also increasing your pledge. That is awesome. Enjoy all that good, delicious content that you have received. Thank you so much for all your support, everybody who supports us over there. If you would like to join the Giving family, you can get access to quarterly virtual meetups, weekly bonus episodes, 2 at least a month, extra bonus episodes at a certain level, video chats, and much more, merch, all the merch. You can head over to patreon.com/isthisadulting. Also, while we're talking about merch, that Loru shirt is out, y'all. The Visit Loru shirt. It's our tourism shirt for our fun D&D place that we go and hang out every jingle time. And that is only available for the month of February, so the end is coming up. It is selling fast. So if you want your Loru shirt, you better hop to it because it's going to be gone at the end of February. It's going into the Is This Adulting vault. And maybe it'll make a reappearance one day. Who knows? But we can't guarantee that. We'll have to release like a diamond edition like Disney does. Well, wait, I just said Disney on a podcast. They're very litigious. They might sue me. We'll do it like the Mouse's Happy Company does. The Happy Mouse Company. They do that. So maybe we'll release it one day, but it'll be a long time. So if you want your Loru shirt, definitely head over to isthisadultingpod.com and click on our merch tab. And you can find it there. And last, but certainly not least, I am here this week to give you your weekly recommendation, just like I do every week. So this week, your recommendation is a podcast, just like it is almost every week. And the podcast that I want to talk to you about this week is a podcast that I love. It's very near and dear to my heart. It's been on for, I guess about 30 episodes now. It is a podcast called Hey Riddle Riddle. So if you've not listened to Hey Riddle Riddle, it's real fun, y'all. It's got Adel Rafai on it from, everything, Espionage, Hell at the Magic Tavern, as well as a wonderful little group of comedians that I have so much fun with every single time an episode comes out. They talk about riddles. Honestly, they solve riddles and they do improv. And as a big fan of improv myself, I am a big fan of this show. So if you want to laugh and just maybe tease your brain a little bit, try to figure out some riddles, some that are very good, some that are very stupid, that people send in just as silly riddles they found. Definitely check it out. It's called Hey Riddle Riddle. It is available wherever you get your fine podcasts. All right, well, we are going to get back into the show now with Hal Lublin. We were so excited to have Hal back on. So, let's do that.
Steve Harvey Mort is what that is.
Lord.
Steve Harvey porn? Is that what you?
No. Mort, as in Voldemort and Steve Harvey mixed together is what that picture is.
Oh my God, that's a beautiful, beautiful image. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Is This Adulting? I'm leaving that in, and by I mean Lauren. Thanks, Lauren.
The Steve who must not be named.
Yeah, he will notice he was not given as one of the options by Zachary. Just saying.
True.
Zachary has allegiances, and we all know where they lie. Thank you, Zachary.
Yes.
You are a gentleman and a scholar.
We love you.
Well, it's Chris's favorite time of the show, y'all. We're getting toward the end, which means it is game time. So, Christopher.
Yes.
I know what game we're playing this week. I know what franchise we're ripping off this week, I guess is how I should say it. So, Christopher, what game are we playing?
Well, I am really just inspired by, I can say, almost friends now. Soon enough, they'll be coming on the show. But if anyone has ever played a very, very fun party game called Quiplash, then you're in luck because it's just so much fun and it's always exciting to kind of see different answers. And so just for the sake of now, if Quiplash ever wants to sponsor us, then we'll immediately change the name. But just in case, I want everyone at Quiplash's legal team to know that we are inspired by and we want to support and promote that as much as possible.
So please go
but I'm also
buy
calling it
Jackbox Party Pack. Like, buy those games.
Yes,
They're great.
But also, I'm calling it a different name. So legally, I think I'm in a gray area.
Let us explain the intricacies of fair use and copyright law.
So this game I call as Reply All. Pretty simple. I am going to give us three a category. I will also be coming up with an answer, and I want both of you to send me an answer. Then I'm going to list all of them out, and then we're going to take a vote to see who wins. I will always be the last vote in case I need to do a tiebreaker. And just here are the rules: you cannot vote for yourself. That includes me.
Yes,
Yep. So I think we've got it right. Everyone
I
understands?
think we can do it.
All right.
I'm prepared.
All right. So you prepared? Perfect. All right, here we go. So here is the first one. I've got some nice music to play in the background. Also,
It's original.
Also,
it's an original tune.
Yeah.
also just let me just on a different note. If you've never listened to Jeopardy, listen to Jeopardy. It's great. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, we love you, Jeopardy, and everything about it. All right, I would like everyone to invent a holiday that everyone would enjoy. Jeopardy, we love Jeopardy. This isn't stealing.
Ooh, that's distracting.
So much tension. What will be the answer? Invent a holiday that everyone will enjoy. Uh-oh. Here we go. Ah, so nice. What? Oh, no, I'm playing it again. Gosh. All right, so I'm getting the answers together. Oh, man, all of these are just looking to be such enjoyable days.
Glorious holidays.
I mean, honestly, there's a good chance that we should be celebrating all of these by the end of it. I am very, very excited about this. All right. Are you all ready?
Very ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to list all three of them out, and then afterwards, what we'll do is we will vote. So, in a random order, invent a holiday that everyone would enjoy. We'll start with the International Eat Your Weight in Pizza Day. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, and that sounds pretty good, especially for two of us who are on Weight Watchers currently. The second one, I'll be honest with you, is going a different direction, and that is Sexmas. I think you get it. I think that there's nothing more that needs to be explained.
I think you should explain it in great detail.
Okay. Well, on December 26th,
Boxing Day.
Yeah.
there's
on the first day of Kwanzaa.
there is a different Immaculate Conceptions, and that is Sexmas. And finally, the last option is pajamas in public, and also I'm staying on the couch day. So all three of these are phenomenal. Dare I say, all should be holidays. But Stephen, why don't you start first? You have to give a vote for which one are you going for. Are you going with International Eat Your Weight in Pizza Day? Are you going with Sexmas? Or are you going with pajamas in public and also I'm staying on the couch day?
I'd go with the last one, because if there's one that I actually legitimately would want to do, it's going to be that one. No offense to pizza or sex, but you know, I think it's better than both. So,
I mean, you can never not be in the mood for that. That's for sure. So, all right, we're now going to go to you, Hal. Which one are you going with?
I want that pizza, Chris. Give me that pizza. Give me my weight in pizza, and then just give me a burial at sea. Just burn me up. I'll smell like pizza. And fire me in an air cannon.
It's a good time.
Into the open
All
waters.
right, so it's up to me. I must come with a decision in hand. And so the holiday that I'm going with is International Eat Your Weight in Pizza Day. Yeah. Steven, you get the point. All of them were great, but I'm with you. That sounds really, really good. Don't get me wrong. I may be a little bit hurt that no one even kind of considered Sexmas, but it's all right. It's all right. There are always others that I might possibly. Actually, every time we play this game, I don't know if anyone ever picks mine.
We have before.
Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, you're right. I'm being positive. Sometimes people pick mine, and that's exciting.
There you go.
All right, so here is the next one. Oh. I would like you both to name something embarrassing that your high school crush would write in your yearbook. Something embarrassing that your high school crush would write in your yearbook. So many different options. Have a great summer. Hags. Talk to you later. Meet me under the bleachers. I can't think of. Do you want some of this sweet, sweet cigarettes? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things that high schoolers might.
Kids, don't smoke.
Yeah, don't
it's
do
bad
that.
For you.
They're not sweet at all. They're the opposite.
As an adult who has done some smoking, don't do it. Unless you live in a state that has legalized medical marijuana and you have anxiety, in which case you get on that, y'all. Or recreational. Live your best life. 420 blaze it. Legalize it. Anyway.
Okay, how many are you all right over there?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Let's see here. I'm getting one more. Let's see here. All right, perfect. I've got them all. And each of them are special in their own unique way. All right, so I am now going to read something embarrassing your high school crush would write in your yearbook. We're going to start off with, really enjoyed your plaid shirt over Bill the Cat t-shirt look. See you next summer, JK. Won't see you again. And let me just go and tell you, for three gentlemen who talked about treating themselves to more kind words, we're going to have to start after this next one. So the next one is new yearbook. Who dis? And I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to be shocked. The third one is new phone. Who dis? So clearly there was some similar thoughts going on. So Steven, once again, why don't you kick us off? Which one are you going with? Are you going with really enjoyed your plaid shirt over Bill the Cat t-shirt look? See you next summer, JK. Won't see you again.
So much.
Okay, yeah, that's
that was
what I love about that one is how specific it is. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's not even so much that like the crush is being honest and cruel, don't get me wrong, but also I can at least respect how specific they are about it. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why
a plaid shirt over a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. So live that life.
Yep. All right. So which one are you going to be going with?
I like new yearbook. Who dis? I like that there are two that are so similar to one another. But I'm gonna have to give a slight edge to new yearbook. Who dis?
Makes sense. That makes perfect sense. I am gonna have to. I'm gonna have to choose, and I'm gonna go with plaid the shirt over. Or plaid shirt over
the cat over Bill the
shirt.
shirt.
Yeah. That was difficult for me to say real fast, but congratulations, Hal. You got that point.
Thank you.
Sorry, I could not give Steven a point because he stole my answer.
Well, okay,
and made it better. So what can I say? I'm a little vengeful, and because once again, no one has continued to vote for mine.
I love you, Chris.
I'm not bitter, I promise. All right, here we go. We're gonna keep going. The next one on the list. Oh, this one's special. This is KFC is known for their secret herbs and spices. Name one of those secret ingredients. So tasty and crunchy, but what is inside? Oh, gosh. I'm already loving these answers. Oh, goodness gracious. Wow. Oh, gosh. There's just something comforting about this music playing in the background, isn't there?
It is.
All
warm
right.
hug.
3 very different directions. I don't know how else to say this, so I'm just going to have to read again. KFC is known for their secret herbs and spices. Name one of those secret ingredients. Ingredient number 1 is shame. I think we've all felt that before. Ingredient number 2 is pepper. It's nice and simple. It's just pepper.
Sure.
And finally, the third one goes a little bit dark, and that is Mrs. Colonel Sanders.
Oh no!
So that goes a different direction. Hal, why don't you kick us off this time? Which one are you going with? Are you going with shame? Are you going with pepper? Are you going with Mrs. Colonel Sanders?
You know, I love all 3 answers, but I like the honesty. There is pepper in there. I'm going to go with pepper.
We think.
There has to be some pepper, right? Unless those are flecks
Okay.
of Mrs. Colonel Sanders. Who knows?
Okay. All right, Steven, which one are you going with? You going with shame, pepper, or Mrs. Colonel Sanders?
The one I've experienced the most, which is Mrs. Colonel Sanders. I'm just kidding. It's shame.
Okay. Wait, so hold on. Which
No,
one
I'm
are you
choosing
voting
shame.
for, then? Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so it's down to me. And once again, I'm bitter because no one picked Mrs. Colonel Sanders. I was very proud of that one. Let me see. Which one do I want? It's stop picking each other. Okay, I already walked in on your romantic date that you had with each other, and I was just kind of there and being the third wheel. You're just emphasizing this more. Fine. Pepper. You got a point.
I
Are
couldn't
you
think
happy?
of anything. I was like, well, there's probably pepper in there.
Fine.
Right? There probably is.
Yeah, fine. Whatever. Hey, for someone to make me feel good, if anyone liked any of my answers, maybe just
Chris, I
let me
enjoy
know.
your answers.
I did like Mrs. Colonel Sanders a great deal. That was
Thank
I mean,
you.
obviously I was choosing between the 2. And I was like,
Thank you.
and my thought process was, I bet Chris said pepper this time to throw us off. I'm going to pick pepper. I was
So now he's just
actively trying to
pandering to
select
you.
yours that time. I
Oh,
was
I
trying to
appreciate
select
that.
yours.
I appreciate that. All right. So we're going with the last one. This is for 2 points, so anybody can win.
Or tie Steven if you get it.
That's true.
Oh, you're right. So, well, what I'm saying is, Hal can win. I can't. Wow. You know what? If I wasn't convincing myself to speak in a more positive light,
Chris,
there were
think good
comments I would
thoughts.
make.
Think
But
good
here we
thoughts,
go.
buddy.
Here, I am going to. I'm Steven's baby. So there we go. That's
yes,
a good
you
one.
are, buddy.
There it is.
All right, here we go. So the final one for the win. There is a new Mario game that's out, and it's getting mixed reviews. Give me the name of that Mario game. So many options. And we all know mine won't be selected. Steven, if you put pepper and freaking win off that, I'm going to be so upset. What will it be? Ooh. I'm already loving all of these. Every single one of these are super, super cool. All right, let me get all of these in here real fast. Each better than the last. Okay, here we go. So, for the win, here are our options. There is a new Mario game out, and it's getting mixed reviews. What is that name? Is it Mario Kondo, The Art of Tidying Up? Is it Super Mario Brothers Switch? Oops, all Luigi's. Or is it Super Paper Uncomfortable Family Thanksgiving Dinner Mario? Okay, so each were phenomenal. So Hal, why don't you start with? Are you going with Mario Kondo, The Art of Tidying Up, Super Mario Brothers, Switch, Oops All Luigi's, or Super Paper Uncomfortable Family Thanksgiving Dinner Mario?
I'm going with all Luigi's.
All Luigi's. Okay. Steven, how about you? Are you going Mario Kondo, Super Luigi's, or Uncomfortable Family Thanksgiving Dinner?
I'm laughing at Super Paper Uncomfortable Family Thanksgiving Dinner. Just because somebody brought in Paper Mario.
Okay, and with that, I will provide my final vote. Once again, getting 0 votes for the entire game. I was very proud of my pun.
I really liked yours, but
I
was
liked it too.
I was taken by surprise by the last one.
I know.
Yours was clever.
Yeah. Well, I like. To be fair, all 3 are good, but I love the idea of uncomfortable Thanksgiving dinner, and so Hal, you win.
Hal, you've won.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I was proud of that one.
Yeah, that was good.
I think we all gave the best answers of the game in that last one.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
We upped
Really,
our game
Steven?
every time.
You think so?
I do.
I feel like my game was equal the entire time.
Chris.
If only I had numeric proof.
Oh my god.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I feel loved by you both.
Also, Nintendo
and the third wheel.
Nintendo basically made Oops All Luigi's. It was Super Luigi Bros. It was pretty bad. Sorry, I just love the joke of making anything Oops All whatever.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Kellogg's or Post or whatever the hell cereal company owns Captain Crunch. Anyway, we are going to wind it down. So if you have a mental health check-in you'd like to share, we'll remind you can send that to us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com. Follow us over on Twitter at isthiss_adulting, or find us on Facebook in the Is This Adulting Best Friends group. It's where you can find out who our guest is next week, talk to a bunch of cool people, ask questions, do whatever. We're in there sometimes. And by we, I mean me. Chris is around more than he used to be, though. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm trying.
He's trying to do the social media thing, and it's beautiful to watch him try. It's like watching a baby bird try to fly for the first time. Kind of weird.
Or me try to get a point in a game.
Oh, Christopher, you're doing it. You're making fun of
I'm
yourself.
not bitter.
Christopher.
I'm not bitter. You're right.
You're making
I'm
fun
a
of yourself
special.
because you feel bad
I'm a
that
special
your
boy.
answers didn't
You're right.
get chosen, even though you had
You're
good
right.
answers. Nope, we're not doing this.
Oh God, you're being a real dad right now, and I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm in dad mode. Anyway, for all our $5 a month patrons, we're going to continue this conversation over on the after show. Today we'll be talking about the one...
Here we go.
Oh, God. The one thing that strikes fear into my heart more than anything in this world, but we're having Hal on, and the city of Philadelphia has a lot of explaining to do. We're going to talk about mascots.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we are.
You have a lot of controversial ones.
Yeah, you got some weird mascots.
Oh, that's so good.
We need to talk about them.
So we're going to be talking about that over on the after show. But before we do that, we have one quick thing we have to do, and that is we want to thank the collection for the use of our theme music, The Borrowers, off their album Ars Moriendi. They're a great band.
Yes.
They make great music. They just had a new album come out not too long ago, correct? And it's very, very good.
Yes.
Yes. So
It's very good.
yes.
They love us. We love them all the way around. Go listen to them.
Yeah, please. Absolutely. Hal, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. And I was gonna save this for the patrons only episode, but I don't want to leave people hanging, because I know the second you were like, I don't remember who makes Captain Crunch, I was gonna say I remember, and come to the patrons only episode, and I'll tell you. But I'm just gonna tell you, it's General Mills. It's General Mills. It was gonna drive me crazy because I love cereal. I'm staring at a box of Frosted Mini Wheats that I may have some of after this. Who knows?
I forgot about General Mills, because it makes sense, because General Mills, Captain Crunch, Major Gooseberry, just whatever, Lieutenant,
the whole naval family,
Corn Pops. All right, well,
Never caught on as much, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it really didn't. Nothing's as scary as King Vitamin, though. Hal, do you want to remind everyone where they can find you on the interwebs?
Sure. Find me at Hal Lublin anywhere you find people online. Listen to We Got This with Mark and Hal on Maximum Fun. Tights and Fights also on Maximum Fun. And Good Morning Night Vale, the Welcome to Night Vale recap show, which has its own Patreon. Patreon.com/Good Morning
Oh,
Night Vale.
yeah. That's
Just-
exciting.
I'll just go ahead and let everybody know, even though you're not supposed to find out unless you're in the best friends group. We're having back-to-back Good Morning Night Vale hosts on because Meg Bashwinter will be here next week. So
Oh, yay!
yeah, I'm super looking forward to that.
Oh,
but
Meg.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be great. She's awesome.
I thought
it's
Hal was
gonna
like,
be fun.
actually, I'm gonna tell her not to do it. So
Actually, I'm going to come on in her
awkward.
place and just be there all the time.
okay.
No matter who you
Oh
think
my God.
keeping me in different disguises.
I like that.
Oh, it's like a mascot. My biggest fear in the world. Patreon.com/isthisadulting. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us here on Is This Adulting this week. I've been your best friend, Steven.
I've been your best friend, Chris.
I've been your best friend, Hal.
And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, and with consent, go hug someone.
Because you never know, they may just be the infant of their best friend and co-host.
I really thought you were going to go like weirdly biblical and be like, they might be the infant savior of the world. Like, oh my God. Christmas is past.
The
Sexmas
one
is
child
here.
to rule them all.
Oh my God. Anyway, I don't like that we said one child to rule them all and Sexmas in the same sentence. Y'all have a good week.
Bye, goo goo gaga.
I don't know